Good evening, folks. Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein, aka Bay O Wolf, aka Malcolm Excellence, aka Hacksaw Jim Thuggin. The list goes on and on with the AKAs. Let's get right into it. Today's March 16th, 2023. First day of the tournament of 64. We've already seen what's their names? Virginia get whooped. Well, they didn't get whooped, but they lost. 4 seed lost to a 13 seed. Remember, they were the first number one seed to lose to a 16 seed 5 years ago today. So, shout out to them. I'll admit, earlier I tried to put the earlier I did a show and I forgot to upload it. But that game was definitely not one of them. We didn't expect that to happen. Rather than go through all that again, because this show was going to be about something else, I'll give you my final four was going to be Duke. Let's see. Duke, Arizona, Kansas, and Houston. And I had Arizona and Kansas playing in the final. Okay? And and one upset I did have, there was a clear upset that was going to happen. Well, two games I'll give you. I think they're both tomorrow. The Mount St. Mary Gales. Both of them involve the Gales, as a matter of fact. Mount St. Mary and Virginia Commonwealth got that game going under. It won't get into the 140s, so keep it under 139. Okay, and the Iona Gales. The Iona Gales, they're going to upset UConn tomorrow. They're going to beat UConn outright. Take them outright, and take them to cover. They're going to beat them. All right. But let's talk some pop culture real quick. Like I said, I'm gonna try not to hold you too long. If you've been watching on the internet, the rapper Cameron. Full disclosure, he's one of my favorites. He would be in my personal top five. I'm not saying he's one of the top five best. He probably was on that track. Then got sidetracked, much like John Morant. And John Morant, that's what we're going to talk about today here real quick. Cameron, he's got he's got a sports show where he talks about stuff. I don't know if it's internet. It ain't on a station or nothing, but it might be. I don't know where the production comes from, but at any rate, it's called "It Is What It Is." It's kind of like Stephen A. and whoever he has on, First Take, or Skip and Shannon on Undisputed. Just kind of debating the sports topics. And one thing he said about John Morant, he went right at T. Morant, the dad. He said, you need to be more of a father figure. I'm kind of paraphrasing, and quoting. He said, you need to be more of a father figure. You out the games, wilding out, act like you want to fight Shannon Sharp. You're doing Usher lookalike contests and something else. I understand you the new age dad, but, there's, basically still need to, instill some old school values or whatnot. And I totally felt that because we talked about that on this show. When we talked about John Morant, was that earlier this week or last week? We talked about that. It's the dad. I got some dudes that I know personally. They up here, I know them a little bit. They up here talking about some. It ain't Ja's fault. It ain't the dad's fault that Ja veered, off to the right. How do we know he ain't taught him the right things? Because he's at the games, ready to fight with Shannon Sharp and doing Usher lookalike contests, like the man said. That I don't think you realize that was the big thing for me. That Usher, when he came out there dressed like Usher, because first of all, I had never seen his dad before. Never saw him. The first time I saw him was that night. And it's like, you're doing what? You're coming out dressed like Usher? I didn't even know that was a thing. That him and Usher supposedly looked alike. And like, so the first time I see him and he's doing this, that was a huge turnoff for me. That was like, like, what the fuck's this guy's problem? Like, what kind of 40-year-old man, however old he was, 39, 40, whatever, who does that? He should have been ashamed of himself. That tells you right there that he's trying to be in the spotlight. T. Morant is basically what everybody thought Lavar Ball was going to be. Superstar dad knows Lavar Ball was just trying to make sure he got his boys in the league. Then he got out the way. T. Morant, he wants to be a star with his boy. And it's not going to work like that. You see? You need to be a father to your son. If you're going to be at the games, that's great. He talking about when he's ready to fight Shannon Sharp, he talking about my blood pressure didn't rise one bit. How about you just say no comment? We didn't need to hear anything from you. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's a problem. And, Josh, he should have been right there at getting counseling with Ja, because, Josh done supposedly went counseling. Morant done supposedly went to counseling, and he's supposed to be eligible to play back starting Monday. The NBA suspended him for 8 games. That includes the 6 he'd already been out and whatnot. But, no, man. And whatever he was going through, I'm telling you, Cameron broke it down. You got to catch that video. He broke it down. He's like, you're 23 years old. What are you going through? What's so bad that you're going through at 23? You've been in the league for 3-4 years now. You know what the NBA gives you. So you ain't like fazed by nothing anymore. And besides, you love it a little bit too much because, had you been just a regular dude like your parents were, you ain't dropping $50,000 at a strip club. There's just a bunch of little, goofy shit that the kid's into. Like I don't see it turning out good. Because what did you do in 10 days that you wasn't doing before? What did you see in 10 days? And I'll give it to Royce White. Like he said on the Jason Whitlock show, Fearless, like he said, these young black men don't need counseling. They need Farrakhan. Somebody's going to give them some good, rooted, faith-based instruction. Things like that. Counseling don't help these young black men. They need some faith in them, some instruction from an OG that they'll respect. Because apparently, y'all don't respect his dad. I don't know what y'all think about that, but what else is there out there? Yeah, that's about it. That's all. We're gonna leave it there because, like I said, a couple dudes I know kind of going off about it. About T. Morant. I'm like, damn, y'all riding for a dude like that? He a sucker, but it is what it is. Hey, I'm hop off of here. I don't think I'm gonna do anything until next week, next Thursday. We got to get back into the habit because I owe you baseball predictions. That's what I'll do next week, and then after that, we'll start the baseball regular season. So, yeah, we'll give you the baseball breakdown of the awards and whatnot next year or next weekend, all right? But until then, everybody stay safe. Be well. Peace.